Thank you for joining me at this press conference on such short notice. As I announced last week, I asked the Attorney General to investigate the National Football League. As I suspected, the playing field was not level, so I have nationalized the league. My regulatory czar, Cass Sunstein, has written a new set of rules and regulations, and it's a little over 2,000 pages. The most important regulation is that no score will be kept. We do not want the players to lose self-esteem by being told that they have lost a football game. Another important change is that every player in the league will get a Super Bowl ring, so no one will feel left out. All players will earn the same amount of money. I'm tired of hearing that some players make 10 times the salary as others. Just because someone is stuck on the bench, that doesn't mean his heart isn't in the game. We have to make it fair for everyone by spreading the wealth around. Another thing, if a player fumbles and turns the ball over to the other team, he is not to be criticized for being a loser. He is to be granted a cash award to keep his spirits up. A cash reward for failure has worked wonders for AIG, General Motors, and General Electric, so it will work here. A lot of the old rules were simply not fair. For example, offsides were being called even if a defensive player only encroached a foot or two. Now we have a relative violation rule. Depending upon the amount of a player's campaign contribution to my party, minor infractions will be ignored for that player and the game will continue. Major infractions are to be handled as serious offenses, and let me make this very clear. A tax will be levied. Each player will be assigned an attorney and an investigator who will be videotaping his client at all times on the field. If the player does not plead guilty, there will be a brief timeout for a trial. A 12-person jury will review the evidence and will render a decision. The player will have 5 minutes to appeal an adverse verdict. A game judge will decide if there was a trial error. The player may appeal an adverse judgment, which then sends the matter to a 3-judge tribunal to review the rules in depth. The judges will have 1 hour to make a decision from which there will be no appeal.
Mr. President, it could take 2 hours to resolve a single rule violation.
What is 2 hours when a player's honor is at stake?
The cost will skyrocket.
Honor does not have a price. In any event, the Oversight Committee tells me that a game would not take more than 5 days to play, so there'd be plenty of time before the next Sunday's game.
Mr. President, can I be excused?
If it is an emergency, what's the problem?
I need to go outside and get some fresh air before I really get sick.